Hi, today I'm going to talk about unplugged activities. So a little overview of this presentation. First, I'm going to go over what unplugged activities are, where you can find them in the curriculum, and then I'm going to go over 1.2, which is an unplugged activity. I'm going to go over it in depth, and then I will just show some of the other unplugged activities that you'll come across. And then at the end, I'll have some questions for you to answer about unplugged activities. So what exactly are unplugged activities? So unplugged activities are really a chance for students to learn the concepts of computer science and Scratch in particular outside of their computer. So they're going to incorporate things like physical movements, card sorting, and really they're just a different way to process information. So it allows the students to process these concepts in a different way. So where will you find the unplugged activities in the curriculum? They're going to be in units 1, 2, 3, and 4, and closer to the beginning of the unit. So the one that we'll go over in depth is 1.2, and then I will show you 2.1, 3.1, and 4.1, which are all unplugged activities. So the first unplugged activity is Scratch Charades, and you'll find this in 1.2. And we're going to go over this one in a little bit more depth so that you can understand it better. So Scratch Charades, you're probably familiar with what charades are. So in this activity, there will be 3 different actors or 3 different types of students. The first would be the actor, which acts like a sprite. And then you have a director, which makes sure that the actor is acting out their script correctly. And then you have a builder. So what do these things mean? So one student is going to act out the code or the script, and then the director is going to make sure they're doing it right. And then the builder is going to try to move their blocks in the correct order that the actor is acting. So let's see this in action. So we have an actor, and in this case it's Miss Vilches, and she is going to use this card, number 1, and she's going to act that out. So a director would be making sure that she's following the right steps. So let's watch her act this out.
Meow.
So Miss Vilches acted out the card number 1, and then the builder would have to put those blocks in that correct order. So you can see the blocks over there to the side. So the director would be making sure that the student is actually following the script, and the builder would work to try to uncover exactly what that script is using the variables. So just to remind you, there are different types of blocks. So the blue ones would be for motion, purple ones for looks, sounds are pink, and then the control blocks are the orange ones. So the students will be organizing those blocks or the scripts. So here are the instructions that you would give the students in 1.2. So you talk about what the actor does, what the builder does, and what the director does. So this activity also goes over direction blocks. So direction blocks are these blue ones, and they make the sprite go in a certain direction. So I'll show you an example of Miss Vilches acting out a direction block. So if you see there, she used a direction block and she acted it out. So other places that you will find unplugged activities in the curriculum would be 2.1. So this is an example of debugging. So the students are going to draw this little house here, but there are some bugs in the code. And the next one would be for events. So the students are going to look at what events are. So in this case, that red or pink square up top means clap your hands. Blue one is wave your hands, say boom. So the students are going to decide what those buttons do, and then they're gonna basically act that out. And the final place where we'll see an unplugged activity is a scratch charades, and it will be in 4.1 when students go over loops. So scratch charades will also be in 4.1 when students go over loops.